Question number 17, H.C. Verma, SHM. Find the time period of oscillation of a mass m in the figures A, B and C. What is the equivalent spring constant of the pair of springs in each of the following cases? Let's consider up these cases. Basically, these cases are a derivation for series and parallel, for springs. Now if you consider this particular case, what do we have? Let's call for part A. Now part A is actually a case of parallel combination where a couple of springs are kept in parallel. Let's call two springs are kept in parallel, and with them we have connected a mass. Let's call it capital M, which is placed on the floor and whose motion is under study. Now this particular system can be replaced by a single spring of spring constant K equivalent and mass M. Now the objective is very simple. Let's actually displace up the system by a distance x. So both the springs would have an extension equal to x. So one would apply a force of k1x and the other one would be applying a force of k2x. Now if I displace this particular system by the same distance x, now the force in this particular case would be equal to k equivalent into x. Now the net force should not change on the equivalent concept, so F net should be equal to F1 plus F2, or k equivalent into x comes out to be k1 x plus k2 times x, in which x is a common part which gets cancelled out, so k equivalent can be stated as equal to k1 plus k2, which is the equivalent part in this particular case. Now basically what do we mean over here? That the two systems or the springs in this particular scenario can be replaced by a single spring with the k equivalent to, as mentioned above, equal to k1 plus k2, and the time period can be stated as 2 pi under root of m by k equivalent, or 2 pi under root of m by k1 plus k2, which becomes the answer to this problem, first part of this problem. And the concept of series and parallel is very simple. In parallel, the extension or compression in all the springs should remain same, as we see in this particular case that in all the springs the extension or compression or remains the same. In the second case, if we see in the B part of the section, if we see, we have got two springs connected end to end and the block at the center of it. Let's call for this particular figure where we have two springs, one is having a spring constant k1, mass again being equal to m, the other having a spring constant equal to k2, and they are connected in this particular way. Now let us actually displace the block by a distance of small distance of x. Now if I displace the block with a small distance of x, then extension in k1 is actually equal to x and compression in k2 is actually equal to x. So basically in this part both the springs have same extension or compression, so we can actually replace them by a k equivalent. The k equivalent in this particular case would be simply equal to k1 plus k2, and hence if we actually replace the system by a k equivalent and a body's mass keeping as same, so time period can simply be stated as 2 pi under root of m by k equivalent, or 2 pi under root of m by k1 plus k2. This becomes the answer to the second problem. If we consider the third part over here, in the third part we have both the springs as clearly shown in the figure in series. Why? Because one is having a spring constant k1, One is having a spring constant K2 and the block is having a mass m. This combination is of series combination. If we see the series combination over here, let us extend this particular case or this particular spring by a distance of x, and we will be reaching over here. If we reach up till this particular point, then the net force on the particle would be equal to this net force on the particle would be equal to K2 x2 or K1 x1. Whenever we are in series, the net force and the springs are equal. How can we state that? Because when we apply FBD, when we see the FBD of this K2 block, this part would be being pulled with a force of K2 x2, and this part would be pulled by a force of K1 x1, and the spring being massless, so the net force on the spring would be equal to 0. Hence K1 x1 should be equal to K2 x2. And if we replace this particular system by a K equivalent and again extended by a same length x, the force in this particular case should be equal to K equivalent times x. Now on changing the systems, the net force on the block does not change, hence K equivalent into x can be stated as K1 into x1 or K2 into x2. Another thing which we can state over here is that x can be stated as equal to x1 plus x2. So x which can be written as x1 plus x2 can be written as x1 can be written from the above equation as K equivalent into x divided by x1 K1, and x2 can be stated as K equivalent into x divided by K2. So x from this particular equation can be stated as K equivalent into x divided by K1 plus K equivalent into x divided by K2, out of which x and x would get cancelled out. So 1 by K equivalent comes out to be 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2, or K equivalent comes out to be K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. We can remember these results by a simple way, that formulas for springs are same as that for a capacitor, and opposite to a resistor. If the formulas are same as that of a capacitor and opposite to a resistor, this can be directly utilized in this particular way. Now if we talk about the time period in this simple case comes out to be 2 pi under root of m by K equivalent, or 2 pi under root of m can be written as m itself, K equivalent can be written as K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2, which becomes the answer to this problem.